Today I'm going to be reviewing a whole ass chicken. No, not a whole ass chicken. A whole ass chicken. For the sake of this video review, I have taken the liberty of cutting this chicken in half and boiling each half separately. And as you can see here, it does not look appetizing. But for only $2, this entire 5-pound chicken was mine. I took my prize home, but I don't like the skin, so you give that to the dogs. I know it sounds like somebody just broke into my home and got their ass handed to them, but that's just Supernatural playing on Netflix. That's right, I can afford a Netflix subscription. When you're dealing with really cheap foods, sometimes you have to invite flavor into the meal. Here, I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's Chipotle. I'm not sure how I feel about the Chipotle aspect, but Sweet Baby Ray's is better than all other brands, even though it costs more money, so this is a rare treat. Bone apple teeth, my friends. Oh man, that is so good. Dip more in there. Get it. It's so delicious. I just can't even handle this. Oh, it's not the barbecue sauce though. It turns out I can't handle it because part of the chicken is raw. Now because eating raw chicken is so gross and so dangerous, I will tell you what my experience was like. Raw chicken is not very pleasant, but it's very similar to raw fish. Slightly slimy and very smooth. But with enough Sweet Baby Ray's, anything is edible. Even a new housewife's cooking. Now I know what you're thinking at home, but Poverty Chef, aren't you afraid of catching salmon vanilla? Well, dear viewers, let me tell you, when you're poor, you don't get to choose what you can eat and what you can't eat. You didn't cook your chicken all the way through, and you're out of 2x4s to burn in the backyard to cook it further? That's okay. You're just going to have to, you're going to be leaving poverty strong or dead or smart, because those are your only three options. Oh, you dropped your food on the floor? Well, you better get used to the 15-minute rule. Because sometimes you drop the food on the floor while you're going to work, and you have to go to work because you're poor, and you don't have time to pick the food up. So it's actually like the 8-hour rule, but it'll be there when you get back, unless you didn't put your dogs in the crates. Then you're going to suffer, because you won't be coming home to food on the floor. You'll be coming home to dogs and poop on the floor. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that subject up while talking about food and showing you delicious raw chicken. Now I know in a previous section of this video, you saw what I saw. And what I saw was the wrapper of dessert. It was a lemon poppy seed muffin, because those are the best kinds of muffin. And that paper you saw, I was saving for later, because in this household, calories matter, because you're poor and you need to meet your calorie needs. And so you got to eat your dessert first, because that has the most calories. But you got to save the paper for later, because when you're saving money, you try to use as little toilet paper as possible. I think you know where I'm going with this. You always eat the muffin paper last. But before you eat the muffin paper, if your meal was unsatisfactory, it turns out the chicken provides a little bit extra sustenance, just an additional pinch compared to the meat. That is, the bones. If you're not full, or you feel unsatisfied, or you have a severe mineral deficiency, you can eat the bones of the chicken. Though you should be careful when eating the stronger parts of the bone, as after being cooked, they can splinter and shred your throat. And as we all know, poor people don't have healthcare, and a shredded throat is not very good when you don't have healthcare. And it doesn't matter how much muffin paper you have, you're not going to have enough to close a bleeding throat. Now instead of me blabbering on and on about how I feel, and the poor conditions of being poor, I'm going to get to the actual food review. The white meat of the chicken, since it was boiled, was very tender, and it was quite moist. I know that word bothers some people, so I'm going to say it again. Moist. The only way I enjoy white meat, I'm sorry. Okay, now that I've gotten my mind out of the gutter, because I'm poor and I live in the gutter, so that's where my mind is usually stored. The only way that I enjoy my white meat is when it is moist and easy to eat. Because as everybody knows, a mouthful of dry-ass white meat is not very pleasant. And for those of you who have to deal with that on your Thanksgivings and have to choke that shit down while your family watches you, and then you gotta chase it with sweet tea, which is sometimes subpar, I can relate. After testing out the breast, which again was boiled and moist and very good and moist, I tried the leg. The chicken leg, the drumstick, and the thigh are both my favorite parts of the chicken because it's dark meat. And the dark meat is. Hang on, apparently I'm choking down dry chicken meat as we talk. The dark meat of a chicken is typically not only moist, but, to me, has better taste. It is my preference. It also has quite a bit more nutritional value, as there's a higher mineral content. So when you're poor, it is extremely important for you to place a high priority on gathering dark meat. After the leg, I ate the wing. The wing has dark meat as well, but in smaller quantities. I enjoy wings, but I try to eat chicken wings because, as we all know, buffaloes are severely endangered. In local markets, it's often easy to find organ meat at a fairly low cost because it's readily available with the slaughter of animals, though it is usually low demand, which reduces the cost. I was quite disappointed to find out that the giblets, or some components of organ meat, were not available with my chicken. It is imperative, as a poor person, that when you are considering meat in your diet, that you look at all of the options. If you can find chicken liver for $1.29 a pound, and chicken thighs for $1.30 a pound, it's pretty clear which one you should choose. Though you should be careful when eating cooked liver, as it can be dry and have a powdery consistency. And if you're like me, and you don't like dry, white meat, you're probably not going to like dry, powdery liver in your mouth. This meal was consumed several days ago, and I haven't eaten since because I'm poor. My protein levels have dropped, and my creativity is slumping. I'm out of jokes, and because I'm out of jokes, I no longer have any content to discuss. Because of this, I'm going to have to cut the episode short. My goal was 10 minutes, but now it's only 7 minutes and 36 seconds. If you enjoy my content, and if you like my sense of humor, even though I'm a goofball, and my bloopers, please don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe from my channel. And if you do the opposite of what I recommended, then please hit the bell notification, because YouTube is poorly designed sometimes. Maybe I'll start uploading my videos to Pornhub or Dailymotion. Actually, I heard that men get paid pretty well for gay porn. When you're poor, you should consider all options for income. I'm not saying that I'm going to, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.